Hello everyone, and welcome to Flowing with Angels. In today's tarot and oracle card reading, we are asking who your soulmate is. We are going to look at this person's energy, your energy in relation to this person, and what the purpose of your relationship is. Now, a soulmate is someone who is important to your soul's growth and awakening in this lifetime. It can be a romantic partner, a good friend, a family member, or even a co-worker. When you come across a soulmate, because you can have several soulmates in the course of your life, there is a deep inner knowing of connection to this person. You have met for a reason, either to support and encourage each other or to learn important life lessons. Some soulmates stay with you for a lifetime, others only enter your life for a short period of time. In this reading, we are going to ask for information on the most important soulmate for you at this moment. It might be someone you already know, but it can also be someone that you will meet in the near future. This reading is for the collective, so when you come across it, you are led to it by the angels, and there will be some relevant guidance for you here. Let's start by looking at your soulmate's energy. I have prepared a card, a rune, a zodiac sign, a crystal, and a flower that will paint a picture of your soulmate's most significant qualities. Let's look at the archetype card of the healer first. So this is someone who possesses strong healing energies. They could literally be working in a health profession, or they might be energy healers. They can also be healers with words, creative outlets, or everyday actions and attentiveness in the broadest sense of the word that will benefit the people around them, promoting well-being and stability for them. A healer is often a giver, but can be overly involved in the life of others, almost to the point that they become a rescuer. But I feel for this person that this pitfall is mostly related to the past and not so much to the present anymore. I feel that they have learned this lesson for the most part. Healers are also people who have gone through a lot in their own lives and therefore have strong sympathy and compassion for others. This person, your soulmate, has worked intensely on their own healing journey, and they wish to share their knowledge and their experience with others. This relates to the concept of the wounded healer as well, who has learned to tend to his or her inner wounds, his own or her own inner wounds, and now wishes to help others. Overall, your soulmate is someone who brings a healing energy to your life. It is someone who wishes to help and support you and who cares for your well-being. They could also be like a mentor to you. For some of you in the literal sense, but for most of you I think their life and their example brings you inspiration and wisdom in overcoming your own struggles and learning your life lessons. Now let's look at the rune that represents your soulmate's energy. It is the Tiwas rune. And as you can clearly see, it depicts an arrow or a spear of some kind. This person has a courageous warrior energy about them, which might not particularly show on the outside, but is definitely present in their inner world. Your soulmate is someone who possesses the quality of focus, determination, and dedication. They don't give up that easily when it comes to a cause or a person that is close to their heart, because they have a strong sense of responsibility and justice. Your soulmate has great leadership qualities, as they are clear and precise thinkers, and they are very goal-orientated, not just for themselves, but for the greater good of others as well. It might be that they were not always this way, but I feel that your soulmate is currently coming into this energy. They might even be surprised about how much they are capable of and to what extent they are setting an example for others where they are at on their journey. There is a fiery, intense and action-orientated energy around and within them that makes them more confident, and that makes them want to move forward, whether that is towards goals in their life or towards you and your common goals. When we move on to the astrological sign of Scorpio that we see next to the rune, we see that your soulmate's drive is not just superficial, it's not a spur of the moment, but it is deeply seated in their inner world, in their feelings and in their emotions. Your soulmate can be a Scorpio sun sign or have Scorpio elements in their astrological chart, but for most of you I think they are just a person with Scorpio traits and qualities. And when I think of Scorpio people, they are very intense, passionate, brave and determined people, much like we saw with the Tiwaz rune. Your soulmate might come across as a bit distant and cool on the outside, but on the inside they feel a great loyalty towards you. They have deep feelings that they are not always able to show you properly. Your soulmate is someone who values truth and clarity. It is not someone who beats around the bush. They are quite direct in their communication, which may come across as a bit harsh from time to time. But don't be fooled by this. Underneath, there is great compassion and a deep love for you. When we move on to the crystal that represents your soulmate's energy, we see the carnelian stone, which once again speaks of a fiery, vibrant, strong, courageous, and also a very creative and uplifting energy. I feel your soulmate is someone who uplifts you with their presence alone. Carnelian is known as the stone of motivation, to take confident and passionate action. And carnelian is also connected to death and rebirth, like Scorpio. Your soulmate might be someone who has lived many lives in this one lifetime, reinventing themselves and trying out new and better ways of being, and making important new positive life changes and choices as they go. I feel that they have suffered many losses at certain points in their lives in one way or another, and that they have come back from those losses time after time. Your soulmate is not someone who is afraid of change, as they have lived through so much already. At some point, the realization will dawn on them that this makes them a wise person, rich in experience. And maybe at times they were in the dark about this and they felt down and discouraged, but there is always an energy of the phoenix within them. They rise out of the ashes of the old into something new and better with gusto. With the carnelian crystal, your soulmate is someone who lights up the fire in your heart. They are warm. They encourage you to move out of your comfort zone, and they make you feel confident and enthusiastic about life. Now lastly, we have the beautiful yellow and sun-loving calendula flower, which represents the ability to shine your own inner light. Your soulmate is someone with a strong radiance of light, like the sun, that inspires and warms other people. And this person generously shares their gifts, their skills and their talents. Your soulmate might even be in the spotlight in some way, a performer maybe, or someone who is known to a wider audience, bringing joy and happiness to the world. However, the calendula flower also has another side to its energy, connected to grief and healing. Like the healer card and the Scorpio sign showed, this person has deep feelings and has overcome heartache in their life on several occasions. The side of them that is shining and bright helped to quicken this process of healing, and that is also why they can touch the hearts of others so easily, because their performances and gifts are not shallow, they are genuine and lived through. The calendula flower also resonates with the cat spirit. Your soulmate is unique and independent, and they tend to find their own way in life. They have a certain sense of pride over them, but not in an ego-based way. It's more like that they unapologetically shine in their own right. This is your soulmate's true and inherent energy. And for some of you, this person clearly shows this energy. And for others of you, your soulmate might still keep some parts of this energy hidden or is growing towards it, depending on where they are in their life. You might immediately recognize this person from what I've told you in this reading as someone you know in your life, but it can also be that you will meet this person in the future and that you will recognize them through the guidance that you remember from this reading. Now let's look at your energy, especially in relation to your soulmate. Your archetype card is that of the outsider, and I feel that the energy of the outsider is most of all about breaking negative patterns and influences that you were once conditioned by in the past, but that do not serve you anymore. You can only put up with so much, and there came a time where you decided to follow your own heart and create your own path. So when you broke away from family dynamics or certain groups of people with established codes, you might have had to stand alone for a while. But this alone time also gave you the opportunity to rediscover your true self, becoming independent and inventive at the same time. You are definitely not like most people, and that is what makes you stand out and what makes you beautiful in your own right. And your soulmate is someone who understands this and who is able to accept you for who you are and who inspires you to shine your light. When we look at the rune of Canas, which represents a torch, we see that you have a lot of warmth, fire, and passion as well. You also bring light to the world, just like your soulmate, but more through the revelations, insights, and inner wisdom that come to you through your strong spiritual connection. You are like an enlightened pioneer when it comes to displaying a higher perspective on life, because you can transcend the earthly realm, and with your clear vision and understanding, you bring healing to yourself and others. The spirit of the hawk and the energy of Mercury, they are also connected to this rune. And with this rune showing up, you are also a source of safety, stability, and warmth for others. The astrological sign of Virgo, which we can see next to the rune, shows that you are a practical and analytical thinker, as well as a spiritual attuned being. And this is what makes you like a mediator between heaven and earth. And with this Virgo sign, we also see that you are very focused, honest, reliable, and trustworthy, and that you are always ready to help others with your resources and your knowledge, which is wonderful. The tourmaline stone, which we can also see next to the cards, connects you to the earth, because it has very grounding properties, but it also brings enlightenment and a deep spiritual connection. And this is what makes you such a strong healer as well, because you can combine the powers of the earth and the higher realms through your beautiful heart, because it's a heart-connected stone. This stone is also connected to the energy of Sagittarius, which brings in a high energy and a desire for expansion and knowledge. And lastly, we are going to look at a depiction of the motherwort plant. And this plant has a strong connection to the heart, and it helps you with emotional heart healing when you have had a lack of emotional support in your life, especially from a mother figure. And the motherwort plant for you indicates that you have gone through many changes, initiations, and rebirths in your life. And each time that you went through this, your heart played a huge part in this. You are meant to gradually go from one stage to another in this lifetime, like an actually birthing process, in order to find new horizons, and also until you can succeed in bringing heaven on earth, which means that you can integrate the spiritual values and wisdom into your life as a human being. And the angels wish you to know that you are always protected through these periods of deep change, and that although it might have been very painful and difficult at times, as birthing processes are, your progress and your growth on a soul level are tremendous. So now that we've looked at your soulmate's energy and at your energy, we are going to find out how these energies combined create a higher purpose. And I must say that with soulmates, the energy is interchangeable, and some qualities are the same, some qualities will mirror each other. So take whatever resonates for you. Let's take a look at what the tarot cards are saying. The first card that we see here is the card of the Lovers, which is just wonderful, because it shows how you and your soulmates are a match made in heaven with a higher purpose in life. The big tree and the dogs on the card speak of strength, stability, and loyalty towards each other. You can see that the woman is holding a spear, which immediately reminds me of the warrior energy of the Tiwas rune from your soulmate, and the man is holding a bow and arrow, which reminds me of your Sagittarius energy from the tourmaline stone, as well as your focused and clear vision and your higher perspective that we saw earlier in this reading. So in this card, your soulmate is represented by the woman and you are represented by the man, but this is regardless of whether you are a physical man or a woman. Like I said, it can be interchangeable because we are looking at energies here. The antlers on the man's head or on your head are like spiritual antennae with which you can pick up higher messages and guidance. The woman dressed in her white gown gives off high priestess vibes. So your soulmate possesses great inner illumination and spiritual enlightenment, like the sun that we saw earlier, represented by the calendula flower. You can see that you and your soulmate are holding hands, standing together to face the world. There is a deep spiritual connection between the two of you. Whether you are close on the earth plane or not, that doesn't matter. You empower each other to be the best versions of yourselves. And with the Lovers card, there is also a choice involved, because the Lovers card used to be called the choice. And I feel that this choice relates to a new way of being. Because when we look at the second card, which is the Four of Cups, we see a little dragonfly depicted on it. And the dragonfly is a symbol of change and transformation. It's a symbol of new beginnings and fresh starts. And that is what you help each other to achieve in this life. The dragonfly encourages you not to remain in the dark, but to emerge into the light, showing your true colors and bringing your own unique gifts and talents to the world. Now, the Four of Cups is originally a card of being disillusioned or disappointed, and it urges you to take on a new perspective and open yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities. And that is exactly what you bring each other. There are once again two persons in this card, you and your soulmate, and the one is bringing the other the missing cup, so to speak. And this cup represents love, inspiration, encouragement, and most of all connection. Because the cup suit in the tarot is all about your emotional state, your feelings and your relationships, and all matters of the heart. And what I see is that you warm each other's hearts and that you give each other that little push to fully open the door to your heart and to new beginnings. Because in the card we see the door half open, but as soon as the other person enters, it will be fully opened. The last card that we see here is the Ten of Swords, which represents the closing of an old cycle, a cycle in which both of you were governed by negative conditioning and belief systems, mostly passed down the generational line. And you help each other break free from old pain, and you are severing the ties to what no longer serves you. With the swords, new clarity is coming in for the both of you, and you are helping each other to embrace this, which is beautiful. This is a strong, supportive soulmate relationship that we see here. But it is important not to idolize a soulmate connection, because it is meant to learn lessons and grow spiritually, which means that it is not all lovey-dovey. Nevertheless, I feel that you bring a lot of passion and fire to this connection. Both of you do. And the angels are sending their blessings to the both of you, which we can also see in the Lover's card. The Lover's card originally shows an angel blessing a couple, and in this case I feel that the angels are surrounding you with their love, light and abundance. I hope that this reading has given you some insight in your soulmate relationship. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions for subjects for future readings, please let me know in the comment section and I will see what I can do for you. And if you would like to have a personal tarot and oracle card reading with me, please visit my website flowingwithangels.com for more information. Thank you again. I'm sending you lots of love and light and many blessings. Until next time, namaste.